The moment HOA President Priscilla Hartwell stormed onto my dock with a sheriff and a fake lien to claim my 38-foot patrol boat, she launched the war that would end her. 6 a.m. fog curling off the Oregon coast, the clank of rigging, scent of kelp and diesel. This was home. I was polishing brass on my restored Coast Guard cutter when I heard it. Heels. Sharp stiletto death march heels echoing down the dock. I looked up. HOA President Priscilla Hartwell strutted down the pier like a storm in pearls, dragging a deputy and a fraudulent lien behind her. And in that instant, she made the biggest mistake of her pampered life. I'm Marcus Reed, Navy vet, 24 years of service. Lost my wife to cancer. Inherited a weathered cottage and the boat from my uncle, Pete. Spent 3 years restoring her. She's not just fiberglass and brass, she's healing. And I was ready for peace. But peace wasn't in Priscilla's vocabulary. She was a tyrant wrapped in a designer blazer, obsessed with aesthetics and property values. When I planted native Oregon grape, bushes legal under HOA rules, she fined me $200 for unauthorized vegetation. I laughed, until I realized she wasn't joking. I dug into the HOA documents. Native vegetation was encouraged, but Priscilla had weaponized interpretation authority to fine 17 homeowners, all 200, all perfectly legal things. Mailboxes, trash cans, even paint colors, totaling $3,400 under her management. But her next target wasn't a garden, it was my boat. She claimed it was a commercial vessel, demanded its removal. $500 daily fines. I checked section 12.3, recreational watercraft were allowed. No mention of military surplus being banned. But Priscilla had hired a maritime lawyer, not to check facts, but to create confusion. If she stalled me long enough, she could lien my property. But I'd been trained for war. I gathered intelligence. Spoke with Chief Petty Officer Martinez at Newport Station. He laughed so hard coffee shot from his nose. Sir, it's a recreational vessel, period. Then I met Harold, 3 doors down, who kept HOA records like war crime evidence. Elena, a lawyer fined for growing basil. Bobby, the boat mechanic, ready to testify. We formed the resistance. Just in time, because Priscilla escalated. She faked a board vote banning my boat, forged signatures, and filed a $2,700 lien. She even forged Harold's name while he sat drinking coffee in my kitchen. So I dug deeper. Turns out, she'd stolen $67,000 using a fake consulting company, Sunset Cove Administrative Services, to funnel fines into legal fees for her husband's SEC case. Elena built the RICO case. Jennifer Walsh, forensic accountant, called me, Marcus, this is mob-level fraud. We sent it to the FBI, Attorney General, and IRS. Then came sabotage. My boat was attacked. Brass fittings destroyed, Die Nazi carved into her hull. Flyers appeared, painting me as a domestic terrorist. Priscilla filed 6 police reports in 4 days. Weapons, threats, drug trafficking, total fiction. Deputy Martinez knew. Sir, you're being harassed. The community cracked. Meetings exploded. Neighbors rose up. Elena dropped the bomb. Priscilla is under federal investigation. The FBI raided her house, but her husband, Reginald, betrayed her worse. He'd been secretly recording her for 8 months. Confessions of fraud, manipulation, even plans to bleed neighbors dry. She admitted never reading the bylaws. Elena found the clause. Fraud voids office, triggers triple damages. The math? $67,000 theft x3 or $201,000 plus. $150,000 in legal and punitive damages. $350,000 total. More than their assets. Then Priscilla snapped. She slashed my fuel lines, almost blew up my boat. She planted flyers comparing me to terrorists. She hired a smear firm with stolen HOA money. The FBI launched an investigation into her abuse of federal agencies. Then came her worst move, identity theft. She sold data of 73 neighbors to Romanian criminals for $180,000, tried to flee to non-extradition countries. When Elena discovered the backup files survived, Priscilla burned the community center to the ground. Pipe bombs, acid attacks, brake lines cut. A failed kidnapping of Mrs. Patterson, all on camera. The final blow came in court. Priscilla, greasy-haired, hollow-eyed, was hit with 27 federal charges, racketeering, arson, identity theft, attempted murder, and more. She screamed in court, claiming victimhood. Judge Brennan cut her down. You're a clear and present danger to civilized society. Then I stood up, surrounded by neighbors. Your Honor, she proved power without accountability is organized crime. Today, she learns justice without mercy is called consequences. Applause thundered for 7 minutes. She was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison. Her assets seized, her mansion auctioned, her BMW now a patrol car, her clothes donated. She lost everything, but we gained everything. Our HOA passed reforms, term limits, audits, professional managers. Elena's firm became a statewide force, liberating 23 communities and recovering. 4.7. Harold was elected president. Mrs. Patterson founded a watchdog league. Reginald was caught in the Caymans. The Romanian ring was dismantled. Everyone was made whole. And me? I take kids on marine safety tours every weekend. My boat, the Serifai, became a symbol of resistance. Every bolt and rail gleams, not just with polish, but with pride. Our annual Harbor Heritage Festival funds scholarships in law, journalism, and public service, paid with Priscilla's forfeited wealth. So if you've faced HOA tyranny, share your story below. Hit subscribe for more battles where ordinary people use documentation, courage, and grit to topple corrupt systems. Because justice belongs to those who refuse to bow.